looking for a target that's only as far as UQ as both players come in for the footy. Bond University just looking to go on the outside, and that looks like Single. Single goes inside forward 50. Can't quite take it cleanly at the moment as UQ look to come out the other side, but it's all Bull Sharks. Turns around, puts it on the right boot. Can't get right connection at the moment as the UQ defenders are there to mop up that mess. Henning just comes from the last line of defence and pops it out towards the half back flank, and it's going to roll over the boundary for a throw-in.
Scoring is definitely going to be hard today because the longer this day goes on, the wind is actually picking up. The player that I've been impressed with the most so far today is Alexandra Evans, number 37. She stands out really well. She's taken the game on. As soon as she gets the ball in her hands, she's quick to go.
Absolutely. So UQ through Crowley Long. Crowley Long just gets a bit of pressure applied. Can't take it cleanly. Megan Hunt misses that one, but it's pinballing around at the moment. It's like an arcade game, but the umpire's picked out a throw, and it's going to be a free kick to the Bond University Bull Sharks as that looks like Randall. No, it's not. Sorry, that isn't Randall. That looks like Lucinda Puller as she goes inside forward 50 with a nice little kick. Nearly able to hit a teammate through. That looked like Thorne. Thorne couldn't take, but it's all UQ. Jericho handballs back to Martin. Martin goes across goal to Henning. Henning's got a lot of work to do, but that is a great tackle by Levi, and it's holding the ball. Well done there by Madison Levi. I saw her dominate in the Queensland Schools Cup in September, and she was good last week. And geez, this is a good way to start round 2 of the QAFLW. Right in front, she can't miss this one, Yendi.
No, she definitely can't here. Question of accuracy, never in doubt. And Bond University, the Bull Sharks are on the board. 9.5 minutes gone. They lead this one 1-6 to UQ, 1 behind. Dangerous kick across goal there from the red lines. And as we see it in even at the top level, you do it so at your own peril, and we've seen the evidence there. Goes the other way, the opposition get a goal.
Especially back into that breeze today. You've probably got footy smarts have to kick in and just bring it out to the I guess the safe side, so to speak, anyway, and hope for a stop play over the boundary.
Yeah, just go to the boundary line. It's in these conditions, you've just got to play simple footy. And your boundary line's your best friend in this case here. They're not going to pin you for deliberate out of bounds on too many occasions on a day like today. But this is the attacking wing, and hopefully we can see the benefit of that as play goes on.
So Smith and Stone went at it in the ruck, but it looks like the Bull Sharks are going to come back up with this footy there. They're going to try and go back-to-back goals after the Levi goal just before, as the Bull Sharks through Mar just steps around. She's going to go around to that trusty left boot, puts it on there, is looking through. Henning's playing a bit of a goalkeeper sort of role back there at the moment, just sells a little bit of candy. Don't mind that early in the game. She takes a little bounce. That's a little bit better by Henning. That'll do it. It's a scrappy kick towards the broadcast side wing, and it's going to go over the boundary, and we're going to have a boundary throw in right in front of us here, Yindi.
Yeah, definitely spot on here. Enjoying to see just how Smith goes in the ruck for the Bull Sharks, and Stone, she's going to shoulder a lot of the ruck load today.
Nice little tap down there, and back over the boundary. Didn't mind the body positioning of Taylor Smith there in the ruck. As we know, Lauren Bello is playing for the Gold Coast Suns in the AFLW.
And doing a mighty good job too, mate.
One of the best at the moment. So it's great to see one of the QAFLW's best applying their trade at the top level as Smith just wins the ruck and does her own midfield work, follows up once again. That's a nice little pickpocket there by Child. She tries to handball out, she has to follow up her own work as Kirtley gets the footy forward to Hunt. Hunt just handballs forward to Wood. Hunt's looking to get it back, can't quite take it cleanly. Head over the footy, I like that, but probably a little overzealous by the Bull Sharks.
It's good work there by Hunt to continue to follow the play down there, do the 1-2. She looks to try and spot up her teammate there in Bevan, who marks on the chest. Long way out from goal. Slews off the side of the boot, but she's got a teammate in her sights and takes a strong mark there in Madison Wood. This is a tough shot. She'll probably look to have to centre it up. She's got Soretti around that sort of hot spot there. She just puts the ball along. It's fading away to the right. The wind takes away the last minute. It's out of bounds on the full. Bond Uni lead this one by 5 points.
Hopefully they might learn from that entry, and let's get the footy out to the other side. It's going to be easy to kick a goal because that nearly ended up out the back in the river. So the Bull Sharks have the footy right in their back pocket. I can't quite see who that is down there at the moment, but it's a nice little defensive kick out there, and Mark couldn't quite take the kick as Clark brings the footy forward. It's no one can take a clean possession. It's the Red Lions are sort of outnumbered them at the contest at the moment. Arnold might have been held without it, but the umpire says play on, and both players are going at the footy. It's going to be a stoppage for another ball up as Bond Uni lead at the moment by 5 points.
It's a very tough game to umpire as well because you do have a lot of players trying to get near the ball, and that makes the congestion a lot. So that becomes more, the boundary line does become more your best friend, hopefully just to try and open it up. Although we start to see it open up here with a kick out towards Muschler. She gets the German, sends the ball up towards centre half forward. It's taken by the Bull Sharks, and a free kick holding the ball. Interesting decision there because the umpire not in control, paid holding the ball.
So Seretti goes, looks to go inside 450. Probably not the best kick, as it's a 3-on-1 contest, but here come the Soldiers to assist. All right, Bull Sharks are out through Hemmons. She gets the footy just looking inside, but it's cut off by the Lions, and there's a lot of work to do for Levi. But that's a great tackle. We've seen it before earlier, and she's wrapped her up once again. Loving the defensive work of Madison Levi.
Yeah, good option, and worked out beautifully there because it was a 2-on-1 contest. So if that ball slips out, they were away.
As Rux resume the battle, and can't quite get that one out, but that's through Martin. Her kick smothered off the boot. Here goes Arnold. She just needs to pick it up cleanly. She does, but there's someone right on her tail as she go. Just good to see the handball out. I don't have a 45 on there, so I'm not quite sure who that one was at the time, but it's a UQ free kick through Lucy Arnold.
So Lucy Arnold here for the Red Lions, puts the ball up towards half forward, finds a teammate on the chest there in Pearce. That's the spot where she was, the idea was right, the execution not so, but good work there to go in and recover, put her body over the ball, and ultimately, no reward for effort there, but second efforts, it's what we hope of the players. The ball comes out towards Evans, but the ball goes right over her head, out of bounds, boundary throw-in.
It's about 5.5 minutes to go. As we assumed, it's a very stop-start sort of game at the moment, and especially on this broadcast side wing, as the boundary umpire throws it in once again, and that's definitely one out there by Stone. Just looking for someone to take it cleanly at the bottom. So through Kirtley, she just picks it up, just tries to handball back on the inside. Both players go in at the footy. The umpire's picked out a holding the player there, so plays on automatically. That's Levi. She's the excitement machine, the little X factor from the Schools Cup last year. Jericho on debut, takes the footy, gets a nice little handball out there to Martin. Ooh, might have been hanging on there as Levi goes in toe-to-toe, gets a handball back out. She's got a couple of soldiers there to help her as the Bull Sharks have now got the footy. They're looking to go inside through Smith. Can't quite take the mark there as UQ now. Jericho's getting a few touches down back. Don't mind that from the Toowoomba local. As Evans there for Bond University. Looks like there's a UQ player down. She's a little bit ginger after that contest. And that is another great tackle. And the umpire's called out a throw, so it's a free kick to Bond University Bull Sharks through Levi.
That's Muschler just coming off now. Just a knock to the jaw as Levi of the Tegan variety pumps the ball inside the forward pocket. And Henning was impeded on there, so she'll get the free kick. Sporting the helmet, easy to stand out from a mile away. She's looking down the line towards Megan Hunt. That slips out of bounds. So just keeping an eye on there on Muschler. Just a hip and shoulder, just an accidental shoulder to the jaw. So she'll be feeling the effects of that for a little while, but she'll get back on and continue her great play.
So is that looks like it's Stone v Smith in the ruck potentially, as the footy comes down and Hunt. Oh, nope, no one really wanted to take that. Childs just gets a little handball up to Hunters. Evans is there to apply some pressure. I do like her pressure around the footy, and I like the Bond University pressure at the moment.
Yeah, they're definitely there. They are absolutely pumped up. You don't see such a quality side like them and not being able to respond. The way they've responded so far after last week's loss. It's been absolutely fantastic as they pump the ball up towards half forward now, overrun there by Pingle. Good tackle there on Jericho. Kick came out there from Martin. Coming out now to Tubler. Right foot kick, didn't go the journey, but she pumps the ball along up towards the middle of the ground now. But it's turned over and Crystal Scott will take the mark.
Scott tries to send it, she does. Nice little short one there through, that's Stewart. Stewart, it's the umpires pulled out of, geez, you don't want that one, especially late in the first quarter, and they could go up by a couple of goals here.
So Summer Kirtley just got too close.
So it's Ella Stewart with the free kick from absolutely point blank, and you can't miss from here as she does that quite easy, just puts it over the goal umpire's hat. And Bond University got their second goal of the game, and it's from as you said, a coach killer.
It definitely is. I wouldn't be too disappointed if I was the UQ coaching staff. We've seen two decisions that, two free kicks from goals. It's not from skill errors. I mean, maybe the kick across goal, but that's what happens. It's not because of the Bond have created opportunities. So they should keep their head up high at this point in time. So they trail this one by 11 points, but their efforts. They dominated that first half of the first quarter. They just need to continue on that pressure.
So it's now the Bull Sharks leading by 11 points. We've got just a tick over 2 minutes to go in this first quarter, and it's just demanding someone to take the footy cleanly at the stoppages. As I think that looked like Smith might have won that one, but the footy's Stone follows up her work in the ruck. Bremer can't quite take it. Smith's there again, and then Stone's at the bottom. She's doing a little bit of midfielder work at the moment, playing ruck and ruck rover, and the umpire says, "I'll have it, thank you."
She has that dubious task. When we talk about UQ having lots of tall players, they do have that, but they've only got one star that can play in the ruck, and Stone's doing it all on her own today.
As the footy, that looks like Ariana Clark, the Lions listed player. She takes a bounce inside forward 50. Ooh. A little bit of pressure came from her, and umpire's going to say it's high contact, and it's downfield as we hear some frustrations come through, but it is what it is, and it's a free kick to the Bull Sharks deep inside forward 50. Just seeing who's going to take this kick. It's definitely not Clark's. It might be, Clark has passed that off to, that looks like Pingle. Lydia Pingle's going to take it.
See the umpire in that case there. Contact was obviously made to the head. That's all they're looking for there. Keep that consistency going.
Got to look after the player as Pingle looks fairly confident. She just puts it out in the breeze and it comes back nicely, and they've got their third of the first quarter.
And all from free kicks at this stage of the game. So their pressure, they're pumping that ball forward. Which is a stark contrast to what we saw in the opening sort of 5 to 7 minutes. We just thought UQ have really come to play. That sort of disappeared, but their big guns have, we're seeing Bremer around the ball a lot more. We're seeing Evans getting her hands on the ball. And you're looking at Stone, she's playing that lone hand role in the ruck. She started quite fresh, so she's sort of feeling a little bit exhausted at the moment, just sort of having to shoulder a lot of the ruck work around the ground.
Should be waiting for that quarter time siren. So it's a 17-point lead to the Bull Sharks over the Red Lions at the moment as Stone and Smith resume their battle in the ruck. That's a win to Smith of the Bull Sharks. So it comes out Bevans there for UQ. No one can quite take it cleanly as that looks like Levi. It's the Tegan variety is at the bottom of the pack. Smith follows up her work from the ruck. Pressure. There is a lot of pressure as Bremer gets that on the boot. It sort of goes nowhere. Just a little bit of an up and under, and that's a nice little mark there by Puller just inside the centre square here on the commentary wing, and she nearly trips over going inside forward 50.
She pumps the ball up towards half forward, a likely type Puller. But unfortunately, not to be. The siren beats them all at quarter time. It's Bond Uni leading this one 3 straight 18 to UQ, one behind. Just quick through the goals. Maddie Levi, Alice Stewart and Lydia Pingle, 1 goal apiece. It's quarter time. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this break.
Beautiful.
Good stuff.
Well done. It's a bit finding the white on the maroon actually.
Yeah.
I just wish they'd for a commentator. So welcome back to round 2 action of the QAFLW. It's Bond University leading the University of Queensland at the moment. In the commentary, I'm Jeff Newman. I'm joined by Chris Yendi. Yendi, it's been a scrappy start to this game.
It definitely has been, and it's going to be even more tough now with we see the Mushler is off the ground here for UQ. We saw her come off the ground with a knock with a bump to the cheekbone, and she's hurt her ankle in the process as well. So she's got that left ankle strapped up. So they'll be down one so far.
As we resume in the second quarter, we've got Stone up against Smith. Stone wins that one down, but it's only as far as Dank at the captain, and the umpires sort of picked out a throw, I should say. Trying to get my words out. The wind's blowing an absolute gale up here at the moment, but the footies with the UQ as they're going to look to hit the scoreboard, and going forward now is that looks like Levi. She had a very good first quarter back to Dankart. Dankart just puts it on her left boot, looking for someone upfield. That's a nice little pick up there by the Bull Sharks. Going forward, that's the other Levi. She's going to send it inside forward 50, looking for a target. Henning's there for UQ to try and mop up the mess, and that's a nice little one-on-one contest as in comes, I guess, a helper for the Lions for Henning, and they're going to rebound that one out and send it towards the boundary. It's going to roll over there, Yendi, and as we've seen for much of the first quarter, a lot of stoppages in this game.
The question we were sort of talking about off there, mate, it's who's going to be able to assist Jamie Stone. It does look like she's going to be doing the ruck work on her own for the rest of the game, which is going to be tough because it is tough conditions out there. She's having to get to a lot more contests as the ball paddles out towards the boundary line there. Kept in play by Dankart. Putting her head down with Child. She rushed around like a bull at a gate, pushed the ball up towards centre half back. Strong mark taken. And it's taken there by Tubler. So she's probably going to look to spot up Vetter out here on the commentary side. Dangerous kick, but she got one better here in Pierce. So enables Tubler just to head a little bit further down the field. A few more players come down. Trying to find a teammate. It was a 2-on-1. Couldn't quite find Fitzpatrick. She goes again, taken without the ball up by, says play on. Good work there from Fitzpatrick. Worked incredibly hard. Good tackle there from Wood. And we should see a ball up here just forward of centre for Uni of Queensland.
Jeez, that was physical by Crowley Long. She really got in at that tackle and really made sure she felt that one as Smith just gets the fingertips to there for the Bull Sharks, but Stone comes up and it's through Beavan. She's going to put a little snap inside forward 50, and it's mopped up by Clark as she's got a little bit of pressure applied. Just gets a little one out to Evans, who's out on the halfback flank for the Bull Sharks. Back inside, they're just flinging around at the moment. Both players just sort of arguing. That's Gunlick, that's the SA recruit. Just puts a little short kick up there to Scott. Scott can't quite take it at the moment as Childs is there to give some pressure right on the boundary. Players are keeping it in. They all dive in. That looks like Pullar of UQ. The umpire says that's a throw. Free kick to the Bull Sharks.
Impressive work there from Childs as well. She was doing it half back before. She's pushed down to half forward. Showing her ground coverage is electric.
As the footy's sent up, bodies go flying for the footies, for the football, I should say. Smith couldn't quite take that one as Stone's at the ground. Smith just handballs it up, looks to take. Nice work there by Crowley Long. It's only as far as Evans for the Bull Shark. She gets a kick away, but it's touched. Hennings gets a nice little shin to that, follows up as well. Handballs forward, probably not the smartest of plays, but that's only as far as Bremer for Bond University as the footies go forward. Megan Hunt's there for UQ. It's mopped up now through, that looks like Jericho. Jericho sends it towards centre half forward. Clark got a little fist in there at the right time. Evans is there to mop up the mess. Well done, Evans. Goes back on the inside. That is through Single. Single's now got the footy. She's going to handball back through the corridor. That looks like Madison Levi. Can't quite take it cleanly, but the Bull Sharks have still got it. Levi, no, that was Hemmons, sorry. So Hemmons and Jericho, the girl on debut from Toowoomba, gets a little scrappy forward. No one really wants to take it. They both want to shepherd there.
Yeah, just around the middle of the ground now. Comes out here towards Child. She rid into the ground. Umpire says play on. Good work here from Evans. Even better work there from Childs to lay the pressure. Handball shoveled out now to Scott. A right foot mung, but it covers 40 metres, and it's just what they need to put this forward attack on now. Maddie Levi, right foot kick. It's on its way. It hits the woodwork. That would have been electrifying. They would have carried Scott off the ground had that gone through. It doesn't matter how they look coming off the boot. It puts the ball inside the forward 50 and it sets up a goal. That's what it's all about.
Poster.
Oh, heartache.
Oh. All right, Henning now has the footy for the red line. So Henning just looking for target. There's not much movement for her at all. So she looks a little bit confused, and Ooh, Levi might have just went a little bit too soon, so it's a 50-metre penalty. Henning's just taken off, and she is a triathlete as well in a previous sporting career, and it's going to be another 50 because Levi has entrenched on the 10-metre zone. So it's a double. It's a 100-metre penalty as Henning just keeps trundling up the field as the fullback finds herself in foreign territory at the moment. Henning from 50 just loads up. It's a bit of a mongrel. It's over the back. The fullback, no, it's just bounced out, and it is going to go over the boundary. Geez, you got to be excited, Henning, for the defender.
Now it's interesting, even before that passage of play, she is pushing further up the ground, so she's adding a lot more bigger bodied support. No point being down the back line when the ball's not going to come down there. Add that extra body. In that case there, she can send the ball long 60, 70 metres, and we've seen the result of that there.
Third man up, so nice call there from the umpire. In the right position as Randall now has it for the Bull Sharks on the last line of defence. She's going to send it out wide. I can't quite see who that is at the moment, but that's Gunlick. That's the SA recruit. She just kicks up as far as Martin. Martin can't quite take it cleanly because Crowley Long is there. No, it wasn't Crowley Long, it was Pearce who was applying pressure. As Megan Hunt's now there. Ooh, without the footy, Bremer with nice little pressure. That's going to come back through the middle. The Bull Sharks are going by hand up the field at the moment, and they're on the move now, and that is through Ma, and she just gets a little scrappy kick. Mopped up by Jericho. Jericho for UQ just kicks it up towards the wing. It's only as far as Bremer. Bremer can't take it cleanly. Just shrugs run off is already. She goes forward, a little handball on the inside. Hunt might have been taken high. She shrugs run off, and the umpire says it's holding the ball. Ooh, a little unlucky, I thought.
Yeah, and probably in that action there, the umpire did concede that was prior opportunity. So the umpire might have seen it as a duck of the head, therefore gave up prior opportunity to the process. Now as the ball's on the outer side, now right foot kick up towards centre half forward, or probably clear the pack. Here comes Scott. She's coming out of left field. She'll be the first of the ball if it stays in the field of play. Not forthcoming, but you could see the impact of that breeze just keeping it going a mile.
I'm liking Charlotte Hemmons, number 18 for the Bull Sharks. Her work at the coalface at the moment. She's the one that sent that inside 450. Just smart, get it out the back, set it up in that breeze, and geez, Scott was out there. She was out in the open.
She's very determined. Boundary throw in here, right forward pocket here for the Bull Sharks. Ball pushes out towards the boundary line again. The kick there coming from Martin. It only went sort of 10 metres along the ground. She'll work hard again, just bumped off the ball. That was Maddie Levi. Said, get out of my way. Left foot kick. And it's just in the post. Wowee. Oh, you feel the floodgates are almost about to open and you're in damage control for UQ at the moment.
That's right. Henning just sends that. It's probably not the best kicker. She was looking for Tubler. Tubler just dances around one, sends it up towards the half back, and she's looking for Soretti. And the footy's just out in front as Smith's there for the Bull Sharks. She gets a nice little handball forward, looking for that. Could be Hammonds out there. I can't quite see at the moment as they send it inside forward 50, looking for a target, but the defensive wall, that is Jessie Henning. She's been fantastic back there today. She just needs a little bit of a hand. She gets a handball out to Crowley Long. Crowley Long gets a handball to a fellow teammate, but it's mopped up now by the Bull Sharks as Wallace Randall, the Mackay product, dances inside forward 50, looking for a target, but it's Henning once again with the golden fist, just pumps it, gets it forward, and it's a throw. Free kick, UQ.
Maddie Lyon is just set to break this game apart at the moment. She's doing all the right things, and just that real X factor, as you highlighted in the pre-game show, as a kick ricochets out towards the boundary line on the outer side. I think it's Beavis who's taking the ground there, ball dished out. Umpire says holding the ball, so free kick to UQ. This is a back on duty now. Oh, they're going to pump the ball inside the forward 50 again. She took a bit off the kick, which worked out almost her advantage. Taken here by UQ. Kick out towards the outer side. Puller has got all the time in the world. She got too complacent there. As it's picked off here by Evans, she gets the skates going. She's almost looking for that 1-2. Scott was screaming for the kick as well. Ball goes up towards centre half forward. It's Maddie Levi again. She puts the ball inside the forward 50 towards the left forward pocket, and the ball dribbles out of bounds for another throw in.
Evans has been really good for the Bull Sharks. Just the way that she hits the footy, hits the contest, and she probably would have liked a little handball there from Bremer, but Bremer decided to go back on the outside and put it inside forward 50.
She's a smart user of the ball as well, so why wouldn't you go to Evans a little bit more often in those situations?
Absolutely. So we're deep inside forward 50 for the Bull Sharks as both rucks go. It looks like Jericho did it for the UQ. Hunt just tries to shake one off there as players go in, dive in all over the footy. It's a high contact, a little bit too high. Up over the shoulder, and that looks like that is Arnold at the bottom of that pack. And that's going to be a UQ defensive kick.
Ball comes out now. Strong mark taken, not quite there by Randall. She recovers well. She keeps the ball going on. Spots up her captain in Dank, kicks it straight into opponent. Ricochets up. We should see ball up. No, up ice. Lets it go. Still Arnold working there again. Now we'll see a ball up. Interesting, when they tried to clear the ball out here, we did see an odd matchup. We saw Dankart, the captain of the Bull Sharks. She was up against Jamie Stone. So it was a bit of a mismatch in height there. Jamie Stone would have taken the mark and pulled the ball out this way.
So they go at the footy, so that's a nice little pick up there through Ma, but it's a nice tackle that is laid by UQ, and the umpire is circling, and he says holding the ball. So UQ looking to rebound now, just looking for him to spread from the contest. There's a lot of movement running away. She comes wide now to Martin. Martin has the footy for the Red Lions. She's looking for Crowley Long, but she's going to go one further as both players come towards the footy. Geez, the wind caught that one, and it's going to be escorted out over the boundary line, and another boundary throw in. Probably just wanted to maybe go a little bit short to Crowley Long, who was probably the smarter option there.
He had Child. She's had the ball on a string so far today. Number 3, she's like a little fox terrier, just nipping away at the contest. You just can't keep her out of it. She'll come into this play now. Good ruck work there by both girls. Hard work in there from Beavis. Dishes it out now, looking for a teammate there in Stone. She's under pressure.
Well done by Skipper, by Dankart from the Bull Sharks, the captain there. She just saw footy.
Yeah, see ball, get ball.
Yeah, the old school. So here they go as the battle resumes. Maddie Crowley Long is there, and there comes Dankart. She just sees it over the boundary line, both players. We got another throw in on the broadcast side, and Jesus, there's a lot of players around this contest. It's like seagulls to a chip at the moment on the beach, so it's red hot.
Certainly is, in 29 minutes since Uni of Queensland, the Red Lions got their only score of the game, so it's been a long time here, but the ball was pumped up towards half forward. It's taken there by Stewart. Good pressure there from the Red Lions. Beavis, she can't quite take the mark. It bobbles around. Kick along the boundary line. Dankart again just over her head, and a mark taken here by Pierce.
They need to look to go inside. There's no real options. It's all down the line, and it's jam-packed at the moment. It's a bit of a traffic jam. Childs has been good today. She just shakes one off. Handball's back on the inside, looking for Arnold. Arnold just shakes one off as well.
She's lifted the last few minutes.
She has. She's been really, really good. That's a nice little clean pick up by Smith, as the Bull Sharks are just handballing back at the moment, not really gaining any ground. And that's a lovely tackle. The umpire is circling, but says, I'll have the ball, thanks. And I tell you, Fitzpatrick thought she had the free kick then, and no, not quite prior then, so a great call by the umpire, and we're inside forward 50.
And Fitzpatrick will take the ruck contest now. She almost wins the ball to ground. She recovers well. Kick ricochets out towards Randall. Dribbling kick up towards half back. Can't find her captain, but she does it well. She pickpocketed her opponent as if it was meant to be. But it's taken a beautiful tackle there by Maddie Levi. That is textbook stuff. We'll see a ball up here at half forward for the Red Lions.
It's straightforward footy, see ball, get ball, just go for it.
We'll see player, get player in
this
this case.
Absolutely. So both rucks go to the game. That's the captain's been busy at the bottom of the contest for the Bull Sharks at the moment. Just a little bit of a handball out to 2-1. Here goes Maddie Crowley Long, tries to take the advantage, but she can't because it's Bond University's free kick, and that's going to come back through. That looks like Lucy Single with the footy on the halfback flank for the Bull Sharks, but she's going to come back up the wing where all the traffic is at the moment. And can't quite take the Marcus Smith in. Taylor Smith, that one. Just sends the footy to centre half forward at the moment, puts it out in front of Thorne. Thorne's got a lot of work as Jericho's right on her tail. Good tackle by Jericho. Here go the Bull Sharks. They recover well. Just looking for a target on the outside. Mark couldn't quite take it cleanly because Childs was there for the Lions. Back on the end, on the left boot. Can't quite get full connection as that just falls short. And just a little bit of a Mickey flip over the contest. Levi just puts it on the boot, hopes for the best, but it's there to be mopped up by the Lions, and that's through number 16 in Vetter.
Ball goes out towards half back here. It's taken here by Bremer again. She'll pump the ball inside of forward 50 here for the Bull Sharks. Strong mark taken. So I'll take a stab and say, is that Thorne?
Looks like Thorne.
No, it isn't. It's
is that Pingle?
Pingle. So she's already got a goal on the board today. And this is probably the first real chance here for the Bull Sharks in particular to just have a genuine set shot at goal here. They've had a few shots through free kicks and kick goals out of that, but this is a good set-up play from Bremer. See how she goes with the execution. Almost comes off the shin. It's going to go the journey though. That's a goal. That's her second. And Bond Uni, they've got 4. They're 4-2-26, leading their opponents, 1 behind. And the alarm bells are certainly ringing for the Red Lions.
Yeah, hopefully we don't start to hear those floodgates open. But Pingle just put herself in the right spot. Absolutely, in the hot spot, that's where you want to be, and that's the better place to kick a goal. They've had a few shots from deep in the old scoreboard pocket here at Bond Union. You probably don't want to be kicking them from there today, so that's very well. Gets her second for the afternoon, Lydia Pingle, for Bond University, and their lead is out to 25 points now. And we've got about 5 minutes left in this second quarter.
Certainly do now, as Bremer, she's certainly showing just how good she is by winning plenty of the pill. As Rucks will contest again. Brought to ground there by Smith of the Tara variety. Working hard again there, and good to see that Bevan's spending a lot more time in the middle here in this quarter. She pushed forward in that first quarter. Just her presence around this contest, very crucial.
They're working very hard at the coalface, but there's just no options forward. It's sort of centre half forward for the Lions, but they're looking to go into attack once again. But it's mopped up by that looked like the captain in Dank. It was Pullard now goes forward. She's looking for an option through Pingle, who's kicked 2 for the afternoon, but it's mopped up by Jericho. Can't quite get a clean boot to it. So here's Tegan Levi. She goes back on the inside with a handball. That looked like I couldn't quite see that one. It might have been Muir for the Bull Sharks, but now it's cleaned up through Bevan. Jericho gets the footy once again as Arnold, who's been everywhere at the moment, just couldn't quite take that cleanly. And again, it's the defensive unit of the UQ who are under the pump at the moment, and Jericho gets that kick out.
So the ball on the outer wing, defensive side for the Red Lions. They're called to play on now. Big booming left foot bomb along the boundary line. 4 or 5 players around this contest. Smith goes down to pick it up, but it's taken by her teammate, fortunately, who sends the ball up towards forward 50. In fact, a downfield free kick, so the Bull Sharks will have the ball around about 55 metres out from goal.
Maybe a little too far. Maybe. Even
Maybe. Depends on who you are. If you're Matty Levi, you'd be half a chance as the ball gets put up towards centre half forward. Strong jukage! And that, speaking of Matty Levi, this is not beyond her distance at all.
Absolutely, gee, she read that well and had to contend with the breeze, and that's a nice strong mark from the teenager who's had a bit of a purple patch over the last 12 months, and she's going to have to kick this on a slight angle from about 35 out as she comes through. Just takes a couple of steps, and it looks like the breeze has got a hold of that, and that's gone out to the near side here, and it's a minor score for Madison Levi.
That's her second behind on the board today.
As Henning brings the footy in, she sells a bit of candy, second time today. She just sends that footy as far as she can, and that's Megan Hunt nearly comes across the pack. Evans is there for the Bull Sharks. Nice tackle there by Hunt as Pullar's now got it. Great tackle there by Childs, run down from behind. That's what you want from some of your grunt players, and she has had a fantastic second quarter.
Yeah, she's been arguably her best player on the ground, and unlucky not to get a 50-metre penalty there. As a kick will go up towards Arnold. She takes strong mark in front of Evans. Just a few options up the field because the Bull Sharks have got plenty back, including this girl who gets her hand on the ball there, and Clark.
Yeah, it's good body work there by Ariana Clark. Very, very good defensive player there for the Bull Sharks.
She's been playing quite loose as well in defence for most of this quarter as well.
A bit of a quarterback role.
Yeah.
As Stone and Smith resume their battle once again. No one could really get a hand to that because I think the breeze caught it as the Bull Sharks go in. Now here's Madison Levi. She takes a running bounce, gets it on the low pickup, puts it on the right, and the umpire says too far. Running too far. Probably 1 or 2 steps a little bit too much.
I think that nearly dribbled through for a goal too.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it would have been a ripper. Oh, Levi. So probably just that bounce that just slid on probably put her off a little bit. But gee, she's been lively in this first half so far, and she's kicked the one major, and she's one that's been pretty dangerous. And UQ need to keep an eye out for her. As that footy comes from Henning, she was looking for Martin. It's going to roll over the boundary. We're going to have another throw in.
Probably dare we say that we won't see much of Matty Levi in this competition early next year if the way her performances are going. And
No doubt David Lake and the Gold Coast Suns would be watching her very closely, being in the Sun zone. But never know, as Randall picks that one up cleanly, out to Dank, back to Evans. Evans now has the footy. I like how she's gone back into the corridor. It's just come off the side of the boot, but it's well read by Tegan Levi. It's a downfield free kick. Evans has been really good at the contest. So Levi, the younger sister's got the footy. She's looking for Pingle. Can't quite take the mark as the Bull Sharks have got it. Here's Madison Levi on the right boot. Sits it up. Oh, the wind's just caught that one. It's out to the near side. So another behind for Madison Levi.
She could have easily had 4 goals, to be honest. She's had a couple of shots on the run that very gettable, and she's had one that hit the post as well. So she's ready. She's ready to explode.
As I like to say, she's an excitement machine, the young teenager. As Henning brings it in once again, she plays on, getting the stats up today from fullback, and that's as far as Tubler. So Tubler's got on the halfback flank. She's looking to dish off a handball, but play on. I don't know where I heard that whistle from,
Yeah,
but that's a very physical contest there as Randall brings the footy in for the Bull Sharks, but it's only as far as Mia Tubler, and she's got the footy on the halfback flank for the Red Lions.
So only seconds to go here, Tubler. And that'll do it. So the siren sounds. It is half time here at Bond University. It is the home side, 4-4-28, leading University of Queensland 1 behind. Just go through the goal scorers: 2 to Lydia Pingle and singles to Alice Stewart and Maddie Levi. It is half time here. We'll be back with the second half right after this break.
Welcome back to the Bond University QAFLW Round 2 clash between the Bond University Bull Sharks and the University of Queensland Red Lions. It's the Bull Sharks leading by 27 points as we get the third quarter about to get underway. In the commentary, I'm Jeff Newman and I'm joined by Chris Yind.
Yeah, no, it's great to be here. The conditions have it's cooled down a fair bit, which is great, but it hasn't stopped the breeze one iota as we get ready for the all-important third quarter, and Stone will be lining up in the ruck there for the Red Lions. It's taken there by Dank, shovels it out to Puller, finds a teammate by a hand who shrugs off Childs. Back to Smith, right foot kick. The teammate should have just committed a bit hard. She recovers well though. And of course that is our girl Maddie Levi, but she turns the ball over at half back and is taken by Michaela Martin.
Alrighty, the Lions come on out. That's Hammonds of the Bull Sharks up against Childs, and the footy's going to roll over the boundary line, and it was a nice little attacking raid that was cut off there by UQ early on, but the boundary umpire's going to have to give this a big old whoomph in there, if you want so to call it. And as both rucks go at it once again, it's Stone v Smith. Smith probably wins that down. It's a little bit shy. The captain gets the footy at the bottom of the contest. Dank Pingle's there at the footy. Nice tackle by Jericho of UQ. So the footy's just kicked off the ground there through, that looked like Mara as the football. Both players go out. A little bit of push and shove there by Smith of Bond Uni, and the footy's wrapped up on the half-forward flank. The umpire's circling. He's circling. He said, that's holding the ball.
She's deemed to have brought that one in, dragged it in.
All right, so Taylor Smith's got the footy. She's about 60 from goal. Just puts it on the left boot, pops it up into the pocket, and nearly took the grab, but had a little bit of hang time. And the Bull Sharks are going to come up with the footy through Thorne. Thorne's just nice tackle, very nice tackle there by was that Crowley Long in the defensive line? I can't quite see.
I think so. The boys on the hill, they are loving that to the max. Ball comes out towards half-back. Strong mark taken there by Hammonds. Has had a very impressive first half. She's just got to put the ball up towards the corridor. That's where it goes. You can see the wind. It's just pulled it away there. Good, strong attempt there from Marsh. She saw it to the high heavens. Couldn't quite take the mark there. Thorne puts her body on the line there to wrap the ball up. And how's the umpire going to see this? This is another holding the ball. Dragged it in again. Free kick for the Red Lions in the back pocket.
Very consistent, the umpires. Megan Hunt now has the footy. She sends it out to the back pocket and finds a teammate there as she wheels around onto the left boot, and that looked like, I'm not sure if that was Henning out there or Fitzpatrick. Can't quite see, but the footy's out on the half-forward flank, and here comes Puller. She tries the handball forward, but that was well read by Cerretti, and nice little wrap-up tackle by Puller. The Lions just get a handball forward, but it's only as far as single from the Bull Sharks. Nice Crowley Long just gets shrugged off trying to tackle there, and it's going to be over the boundary line. We have another throw-in in the forward half for Bond University.
Just want to make note of the injuries as well. That we said earlier on it was Mushler that was off with an ankle injury. In fact, it was Brittany Hayes with a left ankle injury, so she'll spend the rest of the game on the sidelines.
Has those very comfy Birks on at the moment, so footwear of choice of many at the moment. As that looked like Puller was at the bottom of that pack, try to get a handball up as they come through with the footy. That's a very classy pickup, but a nice tackle there by Vetter, and she's rewarded. This is good by UQ. A good start in the third quarter. So Vetter's got the free kick. She's got Martin out in the open. She doesn't go there because she's going to go back up the line, and that looks like Fitzpatrick. But going back with the flight of the footy, now it's cut off by the Bull Sharks. A bit of a toe poke in there. No one could take it cleanly. Kicking in danger, says the umpire. So it's Bond Uni's free kick, and that looks like Ellie Evans, who's been very good on the wing so far for the Bull Sharks this afternoon. She's going to send the foot. It's a little short hit-up kick, but it's only as far as we don't have number 18 on our list. So
one of the elite stars of the Red Lions out there today. She's got a strong left foot kick. She hugs the boundary line over the head there of Fitzpatrick. Ricocheted off there from the Bull Sharks. Ball on centre wing, out of side, dished out now. Good work there from Fitzpatrick. She had to go the first option. She found a teammate under pressure, so she's got to go again a third time. Ball on the outer side. Big pressure out towards the boundary line. Can they keep it in? They do, momentarily. Still in the field of play, hanging by a thread at the moment on the outer side. Now they go to that superstar there from the Red Lions, and up and under kick. She almost threatens to make it rain. No, just hold off for another hour. We don't want any rain here today. We want the wind to stop, and we'll see a ball up there at half forward.
It's And as you said that, the wind has died down a little bit.
That's
Chris,
good,
so
we'll take it.
We like that. It's the Bull Sharks by 27 points at the moment as Stone and Smith resume their battle. Smith wins that one out, but no one can take it cleanly. Crowley Long, I should say, is there for UQ, and that's a nice tackle there by Dank, the captain of the Bull Sharks.
Just got to stem the flow here, UQ. They're in attacking zone. They started off the first half strongly now. Well, this is Shepherd free kick. Now, Stone will be unhappy about that, but she took her eyes off the pill, so the free kick will go to Smith. Either one of the two. It's the one of the number 50, 51 there in Tara. Turns the ball over there on the outer wing. Ball didn't go 15. It's almost taken there by Megan Hunt there. Oh, was that a dive? Anyway, umpire says play on the outer side. Fierce contest, moving slowly like a scrum, and eventually it's taken out of bounds. So it's 1-28. The UQ scored their only point at the 2-minute mark of the first term. It's been a long time between drinks. They haven't really had the ball inside their 450 that much since then too.
It's a similar story to last week. Haven't been able to capitalise. Well, haven't gone inside their forward half very often, but just don't have really a key target up there at the moment. So they're just, I don't know, maybe they need to chuck a few things. Maybe it's a Henning goes to centre half forward or whatever it might be. They need to have a look at something. That looks like Smith's got the footy. No, that's Puller for the Bull Sharks. So she sends it up to centre half forward, and Single couldn't quite take the mark. Now UQ's on the rebound. They're looking to go inside forward 50, a rare entry. Couldn't quite take the grab there. It's at ground level now. Nice attack from all players at the footy. Oh, that's strong. That's courage from Pearce. I like that. Nice little handball out to Bevan. Sends it inside forward 50. Looking, it's a bit of a foot race now. Needs the right bounce. The Bull Sharks are first there, but Fitzpatrick's there to escort both the footy and the Bull Sharks player over the line.
Fitzpatrick has been the likely type up forward there for UQ, but the delivery inside the forward 50 just hasn't been efficient enough. If you put the ball out in space, she's got that good break of speed and that long reach of the arms to grab the ball like a vice-like grip. So they're really missing an opportunity by not setting her up better.
Fitzpatrick doing the ruck work inside forward 50. There's Clark. Bull Sharks just puts a head over. Just tries to be a bulldozer and go through, but you can't get past the UQ defence, or their forward, I should say. But nice defensive pressure from the forwards to lock it in there. Just need to see how they're setting up this wall. It looks like Stone is sort of a general there, sitting at top of the 50 as the umpire balls it up once again. Fitzpatrick's doing the ruck work. Bevan's at the fall of the footy, but it's a nice little clean up there. Didn't quite take it cleanly. Single should have tried to keep going. Now it's going to rebound through Puller. Puller's getting it out, and no real eyes for the footy as Tubler's probably first to that. Now it's the UQ Lions back inside forward 50. Bevan just dishes off a nice little handball, and Pearce just puts a little grubber forward, rugby league style, looking for it now. Here go the Bull Sharks on the rebound. They want to repel this attack from the Lions, but it's only as far. It's a bit of foursy backs at the moment. It's going to and fro. No one really wants to take it as they're trying to get on the scoreboard, and Cook couldn't take that cleanly as players go for the footy. Around the corner, puts it on the right boot. It's across the goal face. It's Bull Sharks with plenty of pace at the moment. They're looking to bring it out the broadcast side as the Bull Sharks rebound that off the halfback. Childs is there for UQ, as is Hammonds for Bond University. Handball's back on the inside. Jericho can't take it cleanly. That looks like Mar's got the footy, puts it on that trusty left boot, but it's out over the full as Pingle couldn't quite take that one, and it's going to be UQ's free kick.
Through Kirtley here. In fact, it'll come further down the play here, so the ball will go out of bounds right in front of us on the commentary box. So Summer Kirtley here, left foot kick, tries to spot up Bevan, does very well. He's got to take a few steps back, put the ball up towards the corridor. She finds a teammate unopposed in Jericho, who's pressed up forward at the moment. Jericho, right foot kick, ricochets off Stewart, and it goes out of bounds. Boundary throwing 60 metres out from goal for UQ.
This is their best chance to kick a major for the game. It's all in attackers. It's a very physical contest at the moment. Quite a few stoppages as that's Stone and Smith once again resume their head-to-head battle. That looks like that was Childs with the footy. Just handballs back on the inside, but that's Bremer who gets a kick up. Can't quite take it is Hamilton. So here they go now. UQ going back into their forward half, but it's out on the full. It's a little bit wide, and it's going to be the Bull Sharks who are going to look to go into attack.
Good pressure there from Smith as well, laying the tackle that affected the kick. So she'll play on now, Hamilton. She's got plenty of acreage in front of her. She'll bomb the ball up towards half forward, only one hang back. That was Henning. Good pressure there, laid there on Tubler. Kick there from Henning, spots up Childs and she marks. In front of Evans here on the commentary side. She got close to the player on the mark. She finds a teammate now who hits the ground running there. That's Hunt, puts the ball up towards half forward. Ricochets off the arms there of Better. Kicked out of here towards Maddie Levi and it's out of bounds. Boundary throw in, it's 28-1 in favour of the Bull Sharks, the reigning grand finalists of 2019.
I liked what Megan Hunt did then, got the footy and just played on, trying to break the game open, and they just need to try something different because what's been working the first half, well, it hasn't been.
Yep.
So they need to do something. So speak of the devil, here's Hunt again at the bottom of the pack. She just pickpockets her own player, snaps around the body. She's sending it upfield just into attack now. Arnold's there, but it's all cleaned up by Clark of the Bull Sharks as Clark just puts out a bit of a fishtail barrel up here on the wing. Pingle's got four UQ players, but it comes through Madison Levi, who's had a very good first half, sends it up towards, but there's Henning, the defensive wall herself.
She's been absolutely outstanding today. The brick wall, we pointed her out before the game and she's living up to it as Ma flew up, couldn't get any purchase on it. Ball still here. Ma trying to gather the ball off her opposite 21 there in Jericho, and we'll see a ball up here on centre wing commentary side.
Henning's been really good down back today, probably one of their best for the Red Lions.
She's had plenty of opportunities to get near it.
She has indeed. Maybe they need to inject her into the game a little bit more, but the footy's just bouncing around as no one can really take clean possession after that ball up. But we're going to have another stoppage right here on centre wing on the broadcast side here down on the Gold Coast.
Considering her speed, could you chuck her in as a bigger bodied midfielder around the ball just to have a bigger presence and that big long kick, or is she being wasted down the back?
Yeah, Andy, I think she can. I really think, through her under-18 sort of state day, she played mainly as a key position, but pinching it through the midfield. So if you get a player that runs all day, a bigger body, she's a fair-sized athlete out there. Maybe that's what they need to do.
She can do exactly what Hunt does and just run through and bomb the ball 50, 60 metres. That's what they need to do. As the mark's taken here across half back there, that's Martin, puts the ball up towards the middle of the ground. They've got some numbers here, the Red Lions. Handball back out now to a teammate who puts the ball up towards centre half forward, going back with a flight of the ball there for the Bull Sharks. It's picked off there by Randall. Kick up towards the middle of the ground and Ma. She can pick up the ball and go. She's got speed to burn and a lethal left foot kick. The winds just took too much purchase on that one. It's out of bounds. Boundary throw in between wing and half forward. Attacking zone for Bonduni.
Alrighty, boundary throw in. It looks like Taylor Smith's now going up against Stone, so the Smith sisters just changing around. Nice little tap down to Dank, but Bevan has a very strong tackle, and we like that, and just asserting her authority on the captain of the Bull Sharks. So we got another stoppage.
Here on the Coventry side, Rucks will go up again. Smith wins it down to ground now. Good work here, shown here by Martin. Pumps the ball along inside the forward 50. Thorne almost takes the mark. Interfered there by her teammate, but she goes again, Thorne. Martin, right foot kick. Which way is it going to bounce? Hamilton, handball over the top. Good awareness. Maddie Levi puts it through from the goal square, and that's the first of the second half.
Oh, absolutely. They just kept that footy alive. And Levi, she's having quite the game today, the teenager. But as I said, they kept that footy alive from the contest, and the Bull Sharks are up and about. And I hate to say it, but I think those floodgates are starting to open now.
They are, and it's Levi as well. She's had the last 3 scoring shots of the game, or essentially 4 of the last 6. So she has just been getting leather poisoning at the moment, and she's been doing it in the midfield as well. So she's just got the engine to keep motoring along. If you need to give her a spell, put her forward. She's going to kick goals for you. If you need an impact player in the midfield, chuck her in there. So maybe that's what they should be doing with Henning, just to get in there and do the same thing.
Yeah, that's right. Now's the time just to throw a few things around and maybe a couple of bigger bodies through that midfield as Bevan comes up with a footy for UQ, but Dank's there to repay the favour from earlier to lock that footy up, and it's going to be a ball up right in the centre here at Bond University. But it's time. It's a 33-point ball game. You probably need to chuck a few magnets around and try a few different things.
And Stone, she's getting exhausted the longer this game goes on. She's had to shoulder all the work in the ruck, and the game itself, well, she's been doing it for 55 minutes of play. So it doesn't matter what level of footy you're at, it is a very tough job for anyone. And we're seeing a lot of stoppages as well. So she's probably contested maybe 40 to 50 stoppages throughout the game.
Smith sisters are starting to dominate in the ruck now, as you just spoke about Stone. That's a nice little tackle, Bevan on Dank. That's a nice little head-to-head battle at the moment as the umpire circles but says, I'll have the footy, thanks ladies, and we'll have a ball up right on top of the, probably about 55 out from the Bond University goal. Just having a look how they're setting up. It's a real stock standard forward sort of setup. Maybe need to push those forwards up a little bit higher and create a bit more of a contest. But they're not really connected. As Henning's got a lot of work to be, and she's been fantastic back there today. Henning, she's been working really hard. So the footy's just going to go out over the boundary line. But I'm telling you, Jessie Henning has been outstanding from UQ, but she needs some other players to come with her.
Absolutely. Would she be one of the better players on the ground? Like if you had to rank them sort of 1 to 10, just in the impact?
I guess the footy's been at her end all day, so we're seeing her more often. But you know, I think she has been one of the better players. And again, I just think someone from the Red Lions just says, you know, we need to go with Jessie here, and maybe that's the Megan Hunts of the world, or it's the Lucy Arnolds or Jane Childs who have been in and out of today's game. But you know, the Bull Sharks are right on top, and we can't take anything away from this as Bremer looks to send the footy inside forward 50. It's smothered off the boot, and Dankart sort of gets taken without it because Crowley Long's right there. Dankart's back at the bottom of that contest, and the footy, geez, now they've lifted, the pressure's lifted a little bit here by UQ, but geez, they just need to break away from the contest. And again, I just think Henning might be the one to come to the midfield unit.
Yeah, it's a shame that we're close to the box. If only we were coaching, but that's why we're up here. As the ball heads out towards the boundary line, she's nudged over the line there, I think, from her opponent there in Martin. So we'll see the boundary throw in again. So Rux will contest again, just to give Stone a spell. She's been absolutely run ragged. Ball falls a little bit short there from the breeze. Kick partially smothered. Ricochets out now to Hammonds. She's wrapped up straight away. Game tackle. We'll see a ball up. So
pressure around the contest is great today. It's both teams have been absolutely fantastic. It's just the spread of the Bull Sharks is what UQ can't stop at the moment. As Stone wins that out, she doesn't look like she's tiring. As Childs gets a nice little handball out there, UQ just scrap one forward. No one can take it cleanly. It's a little toe poke forward. So Dunkett's in there against Mushlar as Gunlink, the SA recruit, just gets a little bit of a sideways kick forward. That's a nice little grab there by Madison Levi. She just plays on. She just wants to take it on. I thought she was lining up for a barrel then, but it's end over end, and we're going to see it go out in the forward pocket as Levi's just a bit of an excitement machine.
She only had 2 options in her mind, and she wanted to split the middle of them. That was all that was on her radar there. But gee, she looks good when she runs. She's got that quick burst of speed. She's like a galloping gazelle, and no one can get near her.
As the footy comes in, Smith won that out for the Bull Sharks, and someone just needs to take it cleanly. It's Jericho at the bottom, can't quite get a boot to it. Probably lucky there as it bounces back into her lap, and the footy's just pinballing around at the moment. It's going to be wrapped up once again, but that looked like Jericho got the kick out. So here go the Bull Sharks. This is through. I can't quite see it, but the Bull Sharks are going inside forward 50. Levi, that's good body work. Oh, the teenager strong. Very strong by Madison Levi. And she's lining up to kick her second this afternoon. Geez, that was great little body check to muscle her opponent under the footy as she sends it down towards the top of the goal square. Nice little handball out the back, but Henning's there to apply pressure. That was as the crowd yells out ball. There's a few at that goal end at the moment as the Bull Sharks now have the footy. That looks like Scott, who's going to handball out to. That looked like Stewart with the footy, sends it down to the top of the goal square. Oh, Hamilton nearly took a grab at the golden fist. Henning, who's had a fantastic game today, has been sensational. Scott sends it back towards the goals over the back. Nice work there by the UQ Red Lions, trying to get the footy out. Just dived on it. Good pressure by the Lions, wrapping it up, and the umpire says, "I will no." Dragged it in. Free kick UQ.
So UQ in the back pocket there. They've got the support of the boys who played in the previous game as part of the team bonding session to bring the club together. It's good to see the boys from Brisbane down here, but it's taken here by Hamming. Kick up towards the top of the square. Good spoil the ground there. From her opposite, number 18 dribbles out towards the square. Up a goal! Was that Mar or was it 24? Gunblack.
And it's a free kick. It's a goal. So it looks like 4 players got into Henning then.
So I think it'll be a free kick in the...
So that was Mar that kicked it? Was that
Yep.
Mar?
We'll give it to Mar.
Mar, a beautiful little soccer off the ground to extend the Bull Sharks lead. And it looks like the Bond University might have just done a little bit too much because it's going to be a free kick to the UQ Lions in the middle of the ground, I believe.
I don't think I'll be too unhappy with that. I mean, you need to be more disciplined in that case there for sure.
So they're out to a nice little 39-point lead now, and it's the Bull Sharks absolutely dominating at the moment as UQ through Stone. She just handballs off now, and that's a bit of an instep barrel, and Jericho just reads that nicely. So,
How have you assessed her debut?
yeah, it hasn't been too bad. You can tell that she was fairly nervous, but I think she's handled state league footy, and a premiership player up in a country league in the Darling Downs. I think she's been quite serviceable. It looks like they've chucked her in the engine room now anyway. So the Lions are looking to go forward through Childs, but it's only as far as Bremer of Bond University, and Levi just palms one off. That's Dusty Martin. Like, she takes one running bounce. She's just going to put a bit of a scrappy kick inside forward 50. It's out in front of Hamilton and her younger sister Tegan. Oh, the hooter beats them all. The hooter beats them all. The siren gets there, and there's a little bit of feeling in this game at the moment. Henning's being sensational, and she's probably getting under the skin of the Bull Sharks today. But you know what? It's Bull Sharks that have got all the answers because they're leading at three-quarter time, and it's a commanding lead. It's a 6-4 40 to 1 behind at three-quarter time here of the round 2 action of the Bond University QAFLW. We'll be back very soon for the fourth quarter. Final quarter, here we go. Round 2 action from Bond University. It's QAFLW round 2 showdown between the Bull Sharks and the Red Lions, and well, it's all one-way traffic at the moment. I'm Jeff Newman. I'm joined in the commentary box by Chris Yend. Yendy, how do you see it so far?
I see it just the Bull Sharks have just been relentless. UQ started the game very strongly, got the opening score of the game, but just too many runners, and we noticed straight off the bat that their girl Henning has been put straight to the back line as well, which I don't know. Good move or right move, we'll certainly find out as time goes on, mate.
Absolutely. So the footy it's a bit of a scramble as Crowley Long gets a handball to Stone. Maybe in the back, umpire says play on. That's why I'm up here commentating and he's umpiring. The umpire says I'll take it, please, and we'll have another stoppage as Stone, and it looks like Hamilton's gone into the ruck now for the Bull Sharks.
So just 3 players are just rotating through nicely, and Hamilton's got a lot of speed about her as well. Shepherd. So that's the inexperience of Hamilton to ruck, and Stone placed the fact that it's the way around.
Oh.
Okay, so Hamilton, she'll have the free kick and she can kick the ball long as well. She gets on her bike, she lobs it up high. They're putting a few key players back, including this one, Fitzpatrick. Star forward, pushing back just to try and get her hands on the pill, and we'll see a ball up there and half forward. So they're looking to just play defence now, just stem the bleeding, and particularly if they're putting Fitzpatrick down back and to go with Henning as well. They're just all the big guns playing the back line.
Absolutely. You probably want to stop those floodgates from fully opening, and Hunt's there now for the Lions. She just shrugs one off. That's a bit of class by Hunt, but that wasn't, because it's out on the full, and it's going to be Evans to take the kick for the Bull Sharks, as that's probably the story of their day so far.
Absolutely. Here, I wouldn't be surprised if Evans just takes the ball and runs. She's got a teammate here short if she wants her. She's overcooked it. Mark almost taken there by Wood.
Good tackle.
Clear at half back. Taken in by the Red Lions. Good handball here to Bevan. And she's got to bring the ball in board. She does. Just dribbles along the boundary line and still in the field of play, and eventually goes out. So almost like a kick to touch here, but it's got the ball another 30 metres down the ground.
Absolutely, and Clark just said, "Nah, I've had enough. We'll just put this over the boundary." And very smart by the AFLW listed player in Ariana Clark, as we have another boundary throw-in. Geez, Bevan and Levi nearly got hit in the back of the head. Hunt can't quite take that cleanly. Crowley Long's there, but Bremer's there to apply some pressure, and we've seen it out over the boundary for another one. And I tell you, these teams don't like each other. It might be the battle of the universities. That's why.
Yeah. How many contests has Stone contested today? It has just been absolutely remarkable. It'd be dead set, it'd be pushing up to over 80, and that's
a fair old shove.
And that's a bit of frustration too, I think. It's maybe a bit of fatigue. It's been a long day. She's done it all. She's spent more time in the midfield than any player today. As Hamilton spots up the teammate there in Clark, cross half back. She's got Randall if she wants her. She's accounted for now, so she might need to bring it out towards Bremer. Puts it further down the line, looking for Puller, and finds her well. So Puller, what happens? She got up forward. She's got Ma there. She's got Levi there. Levi will be her target. And we'll just push a little bit further. Hamilton's ground coverage has been fantastic, as Levi will see the ball out of bounds. Boundary throw in, right forward pocket there for Bond Uni at their home ground.
You're absolutely spot on. Hamilton was at this contest, and her work rate has been sensational today. So, but I do want to talk about the influence of Stone and Henning have probably been the top two for UQ. Stone has worked tirelessly in the ruck without much of a chop out, as Hamilton reads that best at the fly of the footy. Megan Hunt does a nice little one. Might be a little bit too high. It was. Probably just needs to be careful with those Megan Hunt. So it's Hamilton now with the footy from the Bull Sharks. So Hamilton's looking for a target, a little bit of movement. She just says, "Oh, I'll take a little bit longer." She's going to have to contend with this Gale force breeze, as she just sends that as long as possible. It's looking for one of the Levi sisters as UQ come up with it. Crowley Long's got it, but she's wrapped up straight away by Madison Levi in a very, very strong tackle.
Is she the best player on the ground? Or do you see a few other contenders up there?
Levi's been good.
Yeah.
Probably not consistent over the 4 quarters.
She's kicked 2 goals, 3.
Just when she gets to the footy, she's like that Dusty Martin type player that when she gets it, it's very exciting, as Bremer's got the footy there for the Bull Sharks. His bodies sort of go everywhere, but Levi, you just watch when she's got the footy. That's a player that catches your eye. She's flashy. She's got that X factor, but she's been very good. I like the influence of the Smith sisters. Puller, been very good. Ariana Clark's really sort of been a general down back, sort of a bit of a conductor type player. We talk about Evans here on the wing. I guess the Bull Sharks had a real even contribution today, which you like to see, especially at this level. And 39 points up. It's been a dominating display. As that kick's only as far as Evans now, as she looks to send the footy inside forward 50. Her just a little bit too much on that kick as the footy comes out now. As Puller just pulls out as Evans and Puller hunts there to apply pressure. So's Bevan of UQ, but that footy's probably going to go out over the boundary near the old scoreboard, and it's another boundary throw in.
You mentioned about Levi. She probably just needs to improve on her finishing a little bit more.
Yeah.
2 goals, 3. It is very Dusty-like because he's not 100% accurate either. But she's the sort of player that you would pay to come and watch. And now she's having a stint in the ruck as well as Bremer puts the ball along inside the forward line now. Levi almost contends the mark there too. He almost brought it down, and we should see a ball up about 25 metres out.
As probably one of their better players today, Megan Hunt, comes off for a break. She's been around the contest, but Smith puts up her hand. She's going to go against Stone deep inside the forward 50 for the Bull Sharks. Sort of just look at that player as Madison Levi, speak of the devil, and there is exactly what we talked about. Just that finishing, the finishing skill.
That's 6 shots on goal for 2 goals, 3 and out of bounds on the full. Just look at Hunt's just gone to ground there. She's got a corky right above the knee, but she's thrown her body in a lot of those contests, so it's not surprised she's come off second best.
And both rucks aren't able to get a hand on that footy. Again, it pinballs around. It's been a bit of a scrap at the moment, and the footy's just locked up there. That's well done by Arnold of UQ as Bevan tries to take it off Bremer. Bremer's at the bottom of the pack, and the umpire says, "I'll have it, thanks, ladies. Let's have another ball up."
And another one here for Stone to contend with. As it's brought to ground here by Smith. Left foot kick around the body there from the other red lines and come out here towards the other commentary wing. Picked up here by Evans, who brings the ball in now. Good hard chasing work there by Cook. She worked hard, but unfortunately couldn't get the results for her team. Up towards half forward, there's the star again. Maybe just get on the left, Maddie. You'll be half a chance if she sends the ball out of bounds. And that's the thing, like she'll come out of the pack, have a crack on the left. Don't hesitate. So,
Absolutely. Levi is very lively up forward at the moment, and giving us a little bit of flair at the moment in a game that's pretty one-sided. But Smith wins that ruck out, and who else but Madison Levi at the bottom. She gets a little handball out, and that was her sister, I think, that had the footy. So here's Hamilton. She takes a nice little mark on the chest, plays on automatically, sends it to the top of the hot spot. Pingle can't quite take it. Around comes, we can't quite see. Bull Sharks just scrap that one through for a behind. Minor score. But Pingle nearly grabbed that one, but just over the mitts.
That's a game high 40-point lead, and Bevan's just come off the ground. She's cramping heavily in both legs. We've got Hunt that's just come off the ground. They're 2 midfielders who have just worked their guts off so far today, and we're seeing the physical toll it's taken on their body. Beautiful kick in now. It's landed in the arms of Muschler, the German. She might not actually be German, but we'll stick with it anyway. Good work here by Henning. She pumps the ball up towards the commentary wing after a bit of sidestep. Umpire said, just got boots the ball. Hamilton is really coming to her own since being thrown into the midfield. She works hard there again. Kick up towards half forward, overrun there by Martin there at the red lines. And we'll see a ball up there at centre half forward attacking zone for the Bull Sharks.
Henning is by far UQ's best today. Her work rate, her work ethic is sensational, and if she's not named their best player, then I'm lost a little bit. But Henning has been terrific for UQ today, and she just needed a few more to go with her. As that's nice little quick hands out there by Pearce, and footy come through Fitzpatrick. I can't quite see that one. That might be Childs at the bottom of that pack potentially, as the footy now comes up into the centre square. So they're into attack now through Cook. Cook just shrugs one off, puts it on the boot. It's sort of an up and under kick, but it's all Bull Sharks, and that single that takes the mark. She plays on straight away. She sends it inside forward 50, looking for a target. Crowley Long nearly gets it, but out the back is Smith, who's been in the ruck all day. Tries to just push Crowley Long out of the way. She does, then dives on top of the footy. Both players are at the ball, and the umpire is circling like a vulture looking for his prey, but says, I'll take the footy, thanks girls, and have a ball up right deep inside the Bull Sharks forward 50.
Geez, you would have loved to be in the Smith family. You've got Taylor and Tara. It's nothing that's, and they both look very identical. We spoke about the break, and we wondered whether they might be identical twins or something like that.
Potentially.
Potentially.
And here's the UQ start today. Jessie Henning She's had a sensational game as she plays on, racks up another stat. She might have had 20 or 25 today easy, as that footy just can't quite hit a target. But coming out of nowhere was Gunlick from the bench, and she's wrapped up by 2 UQ Lions, and that's what you ask in this fourth quarter when you're starting to tire, just to wrap them up and stop their attacking raids.
Conditions have been tough for both sides out there today. We've seen other players that's Martin that's coming down with a bit of cramp, I think, on her left ankle. So again, a lot of their tough runners, you can just see the toll it is taking on these players playing in the midfield, and that's the beauty, the benefit that the Bull Sharks have had is they've been able to rotate players through the midfield. That's thrown Hamilton in the guts now, and she's added a lot of run and poise as well. So they've just got plenty of luxury here, the Bull Sharks.
It's Stone v Smith, who just ran straight from the bench to take that ruck contest. So the footy's one down by Smith, and the Bull Sharks come up with it, but it's only gone a couple of metres. The umpire is going to say, see you later, free kick UQ. So they're up here. They need to move this quickly if they want to impact the scoreboard late in this fourth quarter, as the footy's now coming up towards the broadcast wing. It's only as far as Gunlick, but she can't quite take the grab because Veta came over the top, and it's touched over the boundary line, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
See Bevan here on the commentary. On the other bench, she's just chomping a bit. She can't wait to get on. This is her domain. Cramp was the only thing that kept her out of battling some of these contested balls as Bremer squeezed the right foot kick out of the pack there. Good hard work shown there by Childs. She's been dynamic today out to Mushler. She's bumped off the ball. Umpire said it was fine. Taken there by the Bull Sharks. Handball back in board to a teammate there at centre half forward. Spots up a teammate on the other side. Just overcooked it there for Bingle. It's Fitzpatrick having to do the hard yards. She just got boot to ball. No, she didn't. She's gone. Bingle, great work.
Jeez, that was a nice chase. She couldn't take the mark early, and then just that little defensive acts what you want from your small forwards as Smith comes at the footy, just fumbles a little bit. Crowley Long's there for UQ. A little under handball, clean bowls her own player as Bull Sharks come up with the football. It's very close to the boundary, but it's play on, says the umpire, as Crowley Long just takes a trundle out of the defensive 50, puts it on the left boot, but it's cut off. It's all Bull Sharks, and that's Lucinda Pullard with the footy now, looking to send it back inside forward 50.
So Pullard kicks, ricochets in the mark, comes back now to Randell. She dances on a dollar, sidesteps one and pumps the ball long. She ran too far, said the umpire.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Just in the spirit of the occasion. And in fairness to them, they've done a wonderful job today. They have been consistent from the opening bounce.
Absolutely, they have been terrific today.
And it's not tough to. It's not easy to umpire in these conditions as well. A lot of congested play, a lot of unpredictability where the ball goes. So it's hard yakka. The ball back in the middle now. The Red Lions hoping they can manufacture something in the last 7.5 minutes of play. They've got the job ahead of them now. It comes out now to Beavan. She comes onto the ground. The crowd love it. Up towards centre half forward. Going back with a fly to the ball there is Wilshire, and they're away.
As sends it up, but it's only as far as Crowley Long, who's been playing on that half-back all day for UQ. She's been sensational. Puts it on that trusty left, but it quite hasn't got enough Whitbicks in it. As the Hemmons look to send it inside forward 50 now, just looking for Thorne to take it. She tries to shrug one off, handballs it to a teammate, gets a handball over the top to Levi, just sits up for her. She goes around. It's not Levi, it's Smith, because she's on her left boot, and that's a goal.
Oh, that's good to watch. Wowee. That's of the tale of variety. She stands up. Geez, I think we got our moment of the day.
It was. We expect it to be Levi because she's been everywhere, but you know what? Taylor Smith's had a good game today, and she's been in the ruck, but that was very smart by her. Just swing around onto the left boot, put it out in the breeze, and let it come back. So very nice goal there by Taylor Smith of the Bull Sharks, and geez, their lead extends out, and you'd just like to see UQ kick a major this afternoon before they head back up the highway.
Yeah, certainly so. Beavan's back on the ground. She's in the guts. She is so determined. And if Stone can win this contest, Beavan would be in the front seat to battle this one out. Waterboy's been told to back away, but the umpire's been right on it. So it's I think a warning.
It might be a 5-6-5.
Yep.
Yeah.
So restart proceedings here. Umpire just going through the paces there. So just a momentary stoppage. More than 40 points of margin here at the moment. Comes out here to pull her. She's been sensational. Dribbling kick up towards centre half forward there. Ricochets off her opponent there. Almost sort of thrown out there. Now towards Crowley Long, I should say. Ball there at centre half forward again. Smith tirelessly at ground level. Socket off the ground there from Stone. She hasn't got much support there, Bevan. And it's a kick out the way towards half forward.
And Gunlick's there, the South Australian recruit, just gets the footy, boots it, very long inside forward 50. She was looking for young Thorne. Thorne just brings the footy to ground. That looks like she's up against Jericho. Jericho gets that footy. It's a 2-on-1 tackle and it's very physical. You like to see that one.
I think Jericho can hold her head high after today's performance. She's certainly shown she belongs out there. Got a lot of the ball and worked well at half forward, half back through the middle. So she's one of those swing players. They can put her anywhere and she can do the job well.
Bevan from the bottom of the contest. Nice tackle there by Levi as Jericho comes back up with it. I like the tackle pressure around the contest at the moment. Dankard's got her. I can't quite see who just tackled, but she's hopping up a little bit ginger. It was Crowley Long, as that's sort of a nothing kick that's just gone up. And there's a nice little bomb. Best of luck taking that mark if you're standing underneath it. So here is Smith. She handballs back as the Bull Sharks. Nice by Jessie Henning. Very nice by Henning. And great wrap-up tackle there on 16, which is better of UQ. But everyone just stood still for a second and picked the footy up, and it's wrapped up once again. And the umpire says, "I'll have the footy, please."
They weren't exactly playing to the whistle too much there. Just waiting for something to happen here. Ball at centre half forward for the Bull Sharks. They've led for all bar of about 2 minutes or so. In fact, they got their opening score at the 9.5 minute mark, so they've led for all of that time of play. So here comes Maddie Levi. Have a crack on your left, or get picked for tackle the ball. Beautiful.
Lovely tackle.
Fantastic work there from Wood. She got some players on there on the outer side. Going to the ball there was Arnold. Across half back. She's under enormous pressure. Right against two players there, and we'll see a ball up there right on half forward. It's about 46, 47 points of margin here.
47 points, yep, that's right.
Scoreboard out just by one, but that's all right.
So 47-point margin as the umpire balls it up on the half-forward flank for the Bull Sharks, but it's UQ in attack through Megan Hunt. She gets a kick away, but it's only as far as Wallace Randall, the Mackay product. So Randall now with the footy. She sees a Gunlick open in the centre. Gunlick now takes the mark, the former Australian High Performance Academy player. That's out to Bremer. Bremer just spills the bickies. She regathers now. She just steadies. Bit of composure, lowers the eyes, looking for Smith. Smith can't take the mark as two players sort of collide heads. Crowley Long's on the attack. It's a throw. Oh, you'd be disappointed if you're UQ, but you've got a handball in footy.
Yep,
Must handball. No offloads here allowed.
Yep.
So it's the captain. It's Shannon Dankart now with the footy. She's going to probably have to kick this from 45, but with the breeze, you never know what might happen here. She looks pretty confident, to be honest. So no, she was just bluffing everyone as that falls short and bodies fly everywhere. That looks like Clark is up forward now for the Bull Sharks, and that's a nice little tackle by Bevan up in the forward 50 for the Bull Sharks, in her defensive 50, I should say, as Smith and Henning go at it.
35 metres out from goal. Great. The Scoreboard attendants have been watching us here on YouTube, which has been fantastic. They've just made the adjustment there. Fantastic. Kick in towards the forward line there. Thorne sees it over for another minor score. So that puts them on the 7-7-49 to one behind with 2 minutes to go here.
So here goes Henning once again. There's much talked about Jessie Henning today. A Dolby Swans product, actually. So from out of Western Queensland, playing in the defensive. She goes to Megan Hunt. Megan picks that up on sort of the half volley, and Evans is there. She's got a lot of pace, and she gets to that footy first. She just sort of runs a bit of a circle around her opponent. She handballs back to Gunlick, who just does a bit of a scrappy forward, the old South Australian, and that's out over the boundary on the full, and it's going to be a UQ free kick through number 1, Megan Hunt.
Gunlick's going to have an interesting time getting used to the conditions up here for sure. From South Australia, used to the dry heat and much cooler winters. So it'll be 10 degrees warmer on average, I think, compared to where she was down in Adelaide. Beautiful tackle there from Maddie Levi. That's fantastic. She gets up and lays another one.
A little bit too high.
Yep.
Just going to be careful with those, Levi.
She's not using enough energy during the game because it's 1 minute to go and she's hitting the ball harder than what she did in the opening sort of 2 minutes.
So a switch of play here for UQ as Hunt takes a little defensive bounce. She kicks it out towards Bevan. Bevan just sort of can't get her fingertips to that one at all. Now it's a 1-on-1, it's a 2-on-1. Just gets the hips around. Nice work there by Bevan as Dank just dances around. Lovely little shimmy as she sends it inside forward 50. Looking nice work by Jessie Henning, the golden fist. She's been all over it. Here goes Dankart, the skipper. A little bit of a scrappy fishtail-like kick and it's going to run over for a minor score. Geez, Henning's been good today. You'd be happy for UQ. Henning's been really good in the defensive line and she just reads the play well and her closing pace is sensational.
I still wouldn't be surprised though if they do give Stone the full votes here, just because of her tireless work in the ruck. And Henning would be number 2 as we're just moments away here. It'd be fitting enough she has the last, she's ran 50 metres there. Oh. And the siren sounds, so they'll have a shot at goal to close it off.
Look, that's disappointing, but don't take anything away from Henning's game today. She has been sensational, and
that's probably indicative of her game though. She's just taken the game on, regardless.
Absolutely, she's probably in the vote contention today because it's been such an even contribution from the Bull Sharks, and you know, it's Ariana Clark to have the last kick of the game and extend this lead out to. By a goal, but you know, it's the Bull Sharks have been really good. The grand finalists from last year, as Clark goes bang to finish the game, and it's a good goal as everyone gets around her as she's vying for a spot in the AFLW this year. But geez, it's a dominant display by the Bull Sharks who rebound after last week's disappointing loss, which was the last kick of the game last week. But you know, to win by 55 points today, it's an absolutely sensational effort. And if we go through those goal kickers, Chris, we've got Madison Levi with 2, we've got Lydia Pingle with 2, and then the solo goals to Ella Stewart, Taylor Smith, Jess Marr, and then Ariana Clark to finish off at the end. But a bit of a wrap up of the game, mate. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, it's tough to. If you had to give you 3, 2, 1, who would they be? I'd be interested to see where they sort of match up.
Look, I'd probably give my 1 to Jessie Henning. I think she was sensational in the defensive line. I think Stone's probably a little bit unlucky, but I think Henning really repelled a lot of those attacking raids by the Bull Sharks. And then if you look at it's tough. I like the flair of Madison Levi. She probably sneaks in for 2, to be honest. Just her push, you know, in that offensive in the front half was really good. And then your 3 of. Geez, that's another one that's pretty tough. Maybe Levi is actually the best on ground today, but I also like the work of Puller. Geez, it's really hard. I'm really skipping around sitting on the fence here, but.
Well, the 3 that I've gone with, I would have given 3 to Alex Evans. She was dynamic.
Evans,
She's dominated from the opening bounce. Jessie Henning for 2 and Maddie Levi for 1.
And you're absolutely spot on. The run and the outside run of Evans and the attack of the contest was sensational. But a ripping contest down here on the Gold Coast. It was round 2 of the Bonds University QAFLW. It is the home team, the Bull Sharks, running out 55-point victors, and they go 1-1. UQ are 0-2, and they need to get back on the board next week. So hopefully everyone's enjoyed the call today, and we'll be back next week for round 3 action.